So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
18. He's checking. Crash. Watch out.
First down, a run with Cohen. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Get up! 180! Mike 5-4. Watch the run.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
On 1st down, it's Wallace. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Let's go! Pittsburgh!
They'll run on 1st down. Peck. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you.
They go play action now. Jackson going deep for Diggs. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Hey, watch this, watch this. Red, talk. Motion.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to pump the ball. They've done so with that first run.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Trubisky. Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
Mike up! 180! 55! Alert, 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 alert! Kill, kill, kill! Kill, kill!
And an alley to run. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
On first down, it's Cohen. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd down and long.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
180! Check the out, check the out, check the out. Move, move.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Looking deep for Hilton. It's caught at the 10. And down inside the 10 at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That's a heck of a way to convert on 3rd and long, and he showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And that trust was justified because he went up and got the football and converted on a down. You shouldn't. 3rd and long like that, that's supposed to be an incompletion at the least.
Here's Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Point after up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Makes the score Bears 7, Vikings nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Jackson to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Jackson from the shotgun. And that will be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
Let's go, get excited, let's go, let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Trubisky to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Check 6 guys.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And Diggs has it. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
They run, Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it brings up 3rd down.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
43's the mic. 43's the mic. Let's put him on the buses.
From the gun, Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. He's at the 40, past the 20. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. Joseph now to have the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
Hey, watch the ball. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Move. Ran, touch.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The kick by Joseph is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Don't let him breathe. Play that time deep. Don't let him breathe, defense. 43 is the mic, boy. 43.
Now it's Jackson. It's complete to Diggs. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, watch number 5. Watch number 5. Single.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll dump this off to Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Let's go, fellas.
So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Back to the ground, this time Cook. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. He's crashing. He's checking.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, man, watch the boot.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's get it.
To throw is Jackson. That'll be complete to Cook. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
Watch that in, right.
Jackson now, operating from the gun. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
Yeah, 99 yards. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Chicago. T.Y. Hilton. 99 yards as the Bears push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Jackson going to throw again. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
The point after is good, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
They run again on first down. Cook. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Come on, set. 10, touchdown. 5-4. Get your swerve on. Go. You. Right there. 54, right there.
From the 44, Jackson. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. Touchdown, Vikings. Darren Waller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And the lead is down to 20.
Makes the score Bears 30, Vikings 10. Jake Elliott set to
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. Looking deep for Hilton. That's caught inside the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
at their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Going deep for Diggs. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Play action. Now Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As his guys continue to pour it on.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
43's the mic. 43's the mic.
Throwing again. Jackson. And he rifles one incomplete. He was trying to find Equanimous St. Brown. And it's 3rd down.
St. Brown. It's 3rd down. And 10 yards to go.
Let's go now. 90 Wolf. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Hit it.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he's able to find Diggs. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
43. Here we go, D.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. The 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit.
When you know you've got a home run hitter on your side of the ball, and you know that he can score from anywhere on the field, it usually inspires the rest of the guys to do their jobs even better. That resulted in a lot of great blocks downfield because they knew if they gave him space, he could do exactly what he did, put the ball in the end zone.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Come on. Kill. Turn up.
They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's get the ball.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And sometimes things come together exactly like you want. It's not just been the volume of carries he's had in this contest. It's been the production as well.
Lock in.
They'll run on first down. Cohen. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Vikings' 48-yard line.
180. Mike 5-4. I got you. Sponge. No.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
And 9.
Sit up. 180. Right there. 54 Mike. Hey, 18. Showing it.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he's got some space here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Alert.
They go play action with Trubisky. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Let's go, baby.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Under crunch.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
97's the
On first down, it's Cohen. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Trubisky will throw. This is caught. And he's brought down. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. Here's Trubisky to throw, and he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. Ben Gideon, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense.
A 3-yard loss on the play. It's 3rd and goal.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. They try again with Cohen, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Check your hot read. Switch.
Yep. Ready.
Now a run with Cook. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Chest.
Blue draw Corkers. Right. Get it.
To throw on 2nd down. Ray. Now a that's caught inside the 20. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that will get him one closer. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Wallace. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Leo!
Now a give, right side. It's Wallace. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory.